Hello race fans, and welcome once again to the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series. Hey, it's season 2 race number 23 here at Michigan International Speedway, coming to you live here on Rice Motorsports TV. Well, I tell you, we're just rolling right on through the summer here, folks, and here at Michigan, and so we're ready to get rocking and rolling here tonight. Of course, as always, we got to give a shout out to our sponsors and thank them for their support. That would be Sonic Graphic Design, Admin Box, Turn 2 Terribles, and Buster's Corner. Let's go ahead and take a look at the driver standings as we move into race number 23 here. Nick Cannon, boy, he is leading by 5 points over Ken Baum Jr., Colin McCarthy in that 3rd spot. Lucas Nils is now up to 4th position. He bumped Tyler Isley down to 5th. William Brown, he's in 6th. 7th, Aiden Berlane, and 8th is Carson Pittman. 9th is David Smil Jr. up 2 positions into the top 10 there. And Bill Hales, he's just inside the top 10 in that 10th position. And look on down the order to see if your favorite driver is in the top 20 in the standings. And then we'll go ahead and move over to the team standings. And now, we just make it clear that in case anybody hadn't seen a race in the last week or so, Aiden Berlane, he's going to do some dirt racing. So that's why you see him dropping down the order. Turn 2 Terribles and Glitter Kitty Racing have both leapfrog Berlane Racing into 1st and 2nd there. I'm sorry, 2nd and 3rd respectively. Nitro's still at the top. Berlane right now is 4th. Mopar Motorsports within probably next week or so may move ahead because they're only 9 points behind. Berlane Racing up in smoke is 6th. Posse Racing up into that 7th position. They moved Mayberry down to 8th. Team Sparkle Unicorn, Ryan Broderick Racing, River Region, and AOR are unchanged in the standings. So we've got, let's see, let's take a look at our race stats here tonight. And boy, I tell you, it's almost perfect weather for racing. 72-degree air temperature, winds are only 2 miles an hour. They have 4 sets of tires again this week, the set they start with, plus 3 additional sets. Of course, they have the 3 grand checker attempts for 120 laps here at this 2-mile facility. And as always, thank you for watching Rice Motorsports TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you'll know every time we go live. And they're getting ready to roll over into the qualifying session here. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back. You're watching Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series here on Rice Motorsports TV.
How are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm talking here. You know who you're talking to? My domain! My way to Money I Roll.
Terribles, Port Royal Speedway. We've got Devin Bourne with us.
Keen Motorsports Shop here with Kyle Keen. Sitting here with Sean Keen. We're going to talk a little bit about racing history.
Okay, Okay, folks, we're back here at Michigan International Speedway, and getting ready to. We're actually qualifying is underway, and so we'll go ahead and let's jump on board with somebody. I see there's David Salter. I believe they have 2 hot laps now. He's already got a time on the board. Whoa, provisional pole 38.562 for David Salter, and so he's making his way down the backstretch. And he just got bumped to the second position. Ken Baum Jr., he's on provisional pole at the moment. And let's see if Salter, he's falling down the order. Let's see if he can claw his way back up there. As he crosses the stripe, does he improve? Yes, he does. Back up to P2, 38.337. Good effort there by the number 88, Ken Baum Jr. He was on provisional pole. He got bumped himself. Can he get back up there? No, he was fifth, and he does get back up there, 38.293 for Ken Baum Jr. Fighting his way back to provisional pole. Jimmy Barr looks like he's already shut it down. He's P5 at the moment. Michael Self, he's looks like he's done. I think a lot of the guys may be done. Ryan Pressler, he's on a hot lap. He's already got one time there. He's PA at the moment, 38.662. Trying to see if he can improve that time there. Oh, and he gets loose, and he actually goes, I think going below the white line didn't disqualify the lap. Let's see if that lap was legal there. Yes, it was, but because of that little wobble, he was unable to improve on his time. And so that's where he'll be at. And so as we're wrapping up qualifying here, we'll go ahead and pause for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, folks, time to go racing. The cars are lining up Le Mans style on pit road. And man, I tell you, we've got a ton of webcams, onboard webcams here tonight. I think it's 7 of them. And so we'll have a lot of guys that we don't know if we'll have that many cautions though, but still got a lot of guys to hop on board with. And I was going to try to grab our race sponsor, Matthew Fitz, and I was just looking at it. He's got his webcam on board, but he stepped away. I guess he'll, because they're lining up. Everybody's getting ready to get going. And there he goes now. So we'll, let me see if I can find him real quick. And because they're getting ready to roll off. Where is he? I thought I saw him. There he is. Okay. And he's a Team Sparkle. Let me move him up here real quick with us. Hey, Matthew, Tony in the booth. You got a copy. Mic check, mic check. Hold on a second, let me, okay, I guess it would help if I unmute myself. Hey Matthew, Tony in the booth, you got a copy.
Hey Tony, how you doing, sir?
Oh, pretty good, man. I wanted to catch you. You're the race sponsor tonight. Actually, you're sponsored tonight and next week, right?
Yes, sir. I try and support the league where I can. It's a good group of guys, so.
Absolutely, man. I tell you, we're getting ready for some good action here at Michigan, and I'm gonna go ahead and put you back down to the channel. Just wanted to give you a shot real quick, and good luck, and we'll talk to you later.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, as he rolls off, and we'll go ahead and let me get shut that down there. Let's go take a look at your starting grid. And on the pole, we got Ken Baum Jr., Kevin Click second, David Salter third, Carson Pittman in the fourth spot, Jimmy Barr is fifth, Chris Lynn sixth, seventh, Lucas Nilgis. Then we have Robbie Bice eighth, Matthew Fitz ninth, Jaden Bingham rounds out the top 10. Brian Pressler 11th, Nick Cannon in that 12th position. 13th is Michael Self, Stan Mayberry 14th, 15th is David Smil Jr., Michael Zuber 16th, Carl Fitz 17th, Briggs Swope 18th, 19th is Kyler McCarthy, Bill Hales 20th, Dylan Hastings 21st, and Tyler Isley starting shotgun on the field in the 22nd position. Making their way now through turns 3 and 4. Ken Baum Jr. getting ready to bring them to the green flag here. Pace car heading down on the pit road. Get us a green flag and we'll be on our way.
Green, green, green.
Green flag and we're racing here at Michigan. And they race down into turn 1. Ken Baum's there, Kevin Click, David Salter in that third position. You got Carson Pittman right behind him. Salter, boy, he's really taking a hard look at the 35 already. I got to run trading paints and update those paints there. We'll keep watching the action, though, as it happens. And Pittman also goes by the 35 as well. So David Salter definitely trying to get down to business here early on. And everybody, boy, they're starting to sort out a little bit quick here already. At least the top 7 or 8 there. There's Jimmy Barr back there in the 7th position. He's got Robbie Bice for company. And behind them, there's Matthew Fitz, race sponsor there. Currently in the 9th position. He's got the 26, Jaden Bingham. Right hot on his heels, Nick Cannon. These paint, you'll see those paints update here in a second. It takes a while to get through all of them and to get their custom paints on the car. Michigan has a lot of room to race here. 3 to 4 lanes to work with around the track. Salter now into the lead. He's battling with the number 2, and he's got it. As they go into turns 1 and 2 there, new leader, David Salter. He qualified well. As he's racing along with Ken Baum Jr., he's being attacked by the 4 there, Carson Pittman. Pittman moves into that 2nd position. Ken Baum, your pole sitter, now down to the 3rd spot. He's got Lucas Nilgis behind him in that 4th position. So Lucas, he's real close to the action there. As we see his car update. I think we got everybody updated there now. Riding on board with Lucas Nilgis. And you know he's one of the guys you always see up the front or very near the front. And boy, he's close now today. So this will be exciting to see how it pans out as the race unfolds. And Kevin Click behind him, a little bit of a gap there between the top 4 and then Kevin Click, and he's got a little cushion between them because behind them is Christopher Lynn And he's got all kinds of company back there. Jaden Robert Bingham there in the 26 machine, the 28 of Robbie Bice. Oh boy, the 12, Jimmy Barr, almost looked like he almost got into the wall there. The 8 of Nick Cannon had to check up. That's going to allow David Smil Jr. to get by the 8 there at the moment. It looks like he'll hold on to that 10th position. And now he's trying to get a run himself on Jimmy Barr. He's going down low. Salter still in the lead by about a 1/10 of a second. Ahead of Pittman as these guys duke it out. Man, Jaden Robert bringing in a lot of battling going on here in the top 10. He just shot between the 32 and the 28. And boy, and those two are getting very close together as they go down the back stretch. Robbie Bice trying to grab that 7th position. Looks like he'll get it. Let's look a little further back down the order there. There's the 96 Michael Zuber running in heavy traffic back there. He's got David Smil down on the inside. They're both chasing the 8 there, Nick Cannon. Zuber taking a low line there. Maybe see if he can get a run on Cannon. Not quite close enough to attack just yet, though. Seven laps in the books already of 120 scheduled for this evening. A little further back, Stan Mayberry. He's battling there. Brian Pressler, Bill Hales in the 53 machine a little bit further back. He's got a nice cushion around him at the moment. Colin McCarthy, he's well back in the order. Got a lot of work to do now. A few of the guys at the back, they didn't qualify at all. Dylan Hastings, he's in the 18th spot. Greg Swope, he's running there. There's Tyler Isley, the 17, trying to make a move on the 57. He's going to move into that 19th position. Tyler's another one of the webcam drivers here tonight. He moves into that 19th position. Long ways to go. It's a long race, though, folks. So probably going to be a little patience involved at this early stage here. Meanwhile, up the front there, David Salter continues to lead. Carson Pittman, Ken Baum Jr. in 3rd. Lucas Nilgers, he remains in the 4th spot. Carson Pittman, he's taking a little look there, sniffing around, trying to see if he can find the line. Pittman, he is right on the bumper there, the 88 David Salter, and Ken Baum Jr. is right there with him as well. Lucas Nilgers also hanging in there. He is not losing contact with the leaders at all. He just takes a look down on the inside of the 2. See, maybe, there's a little bit of a counter steer there. Let's see what kind of speeds they're getting down on the front stretch here. About 203 for a minute there. Wow, it was like 98, and for a split second there, it jumped up to 203. Let's see if they hit the 200 mark going down the back stretch. Oh yeah, I think they might get it. 92, 194. No, not as much. It seemed like they were quicker on the front stretch, unless that was a glitch. Let's watch that again. He might, he may have some drafting going on there to help pull him down the front stretch. And that speed is getting right on up there. 199, 200. It's funny, it goes from 200 to 205 for just a split second. I think he's just getting maximum draft right as he gets down into turn 1. But man, they are seriously hauling the mail. Carson Pittman did get ahead of David Salter, so we have a lead change number 2. He now leads here on lap 12. Salter still in that second position of Ken Baum Jr. And he's just holding his place there for the moment. Salter went down low. I think Baum's going to do the crossover on him. And that might get him the second position. Looks like he will, unless Salter can get the momentum off the corner as they head down the backstretch. And here we go. It's going to be a drag race down the backstretch here. Right now, Salter, he remains ahead of Ken Baum Jr. Boy, Lucas Nilgis. He is really sticking in close. Robbie Bice is a little bit further back. Now that's David Salter's teammate. Oh, somebody just got in the wall. I think it was Bingaman. Caution. Jaden Bingaman hard into the wall. Man, that car is tore up. And we got a caution here at lap 14. Oh, man, he comes on down pit road. Heavy damage there for the number 26. And, you know, they don't have any faster pairs. So, unfortunately, that's going to take him a little while to get fixed. So we'll, and who knows, he might, I don't know if he's gonna, he got out of the car. The car is there. He knows it's gonna take a while to get back on track. So let's go ahead and let's go back and let's see. It happened so quick. Did we get a replay recording of that? Trying to see if the, I don't think the transponders even picked up where he, it didn't even pick up that he crashed. It just went, very quickly there. Let's see. I'm gonna go back and see if I can find it. I wonder if that might have been some kind of a glitch. And let's go back here. This is where Chris Lynn was. Now you see. I don't even see Bingaman right there. Let's see if we can lock in. There he is right there, the number 26, the green car, and Nick Cannon's on the high side. Oh! I think Bingaman got a little help. Right into that outside wall. Took the hood completely off. And that was a pretty big hit there for the number 26. And so that's definitely gonna be some time spent on pit road. Folks coming down pit road. It's saying we're under caution. But these folks, well, maybe the caution didn't come out because I thought we actually were under caution. My bad. I thought we went to caution, but apparently we did not. And because we're still racing. We're now lap 17. And nobody pitted. Jaden Bingaman, he's the only one on pit road. Big battle there for second and third. Pittman's out front now. Ken Baum Jr. battling there with David Salter. Lucas Nilgis still right there. Those three. Robbie Bice is still a ways back. Boy, he's got Kevin Click all over him for that position. Nick Cannon behind him as well. And then there's Bill Hales, also the 53 machine. Him and David Smith Jr., they're trying to get into the party as well. Oh, got a message in the chat from Jaden Bingaman, said the engine blew up. So, unfortunately, man, that's game over for Jaden for tonight, man. Sorry to hear that. That was a bit of a hard hit. Yeah. These guys continue to duke it out here. There's Matthew Fitz, race sponsor for the evening, currently in that 12th position. Trying to close in on Michael Zuber. Behind him, Stan Mayberry. Boy, he's battling with Colin McCarthy for that 13th position. McCarthy taking a look down on the inside. And while they're battling there, David Salter is battling hard with Ken Baum Jr. to get that lead back once again. And he remains in that second position. Ken Baum Jr. does not want to relinquish that lead. Fierce battling. Shout out to the folks in the chat. I've seen some iRacing glitches, but I don't think that was a glitch. Out there, shout out to Lon Bingaman. I think Jaden got a little help into the wall that time. It looked like the 8 touched him on the corner of the car. I think it was a right rear corner there and got him turned right into the wall there from what we saw in the replay. But I have seen cars sometimes I have seen cars just shoot to the right into a wall. So there is a glitch out there, but I don't think that was the case in this particular situation here. Battle rages on at the front there. I mean, we've got just groups of cars just battling, and there's Stan Mayberry trying to hold off 32 there, Chris Lynn. Matthew Fitz, he still has his battle going on there with the 96, and Michael Zuber, he finally gets past the 96 into that 11th position. These guys are fighting fierce back here. All kinds of battles going on throughout the field. Look further back up toward the front. Kevin Click, he's got a nice little cushion at the moment. No pressure from behind at all. Trying to close in. Close in. He's trying to join Lucas Nilges with that top 5 group. They look like they're a little spread out there a little bit now, or at least from that angle. Yeah, you see there's some daylight between all those drivers. Ken Baum, your leader, David Salter, followed by Carson Pittman. And then Robbie Bice now in that 4th position. Oh, now we do have a caution. First caution of the evening, and I think it might have been Stan Mayberry. He's slowed down on the bottom of the track. Let's see, does he have any damage? The car looks like it's okay, unless it was just a spin. And that maybe when he spun, he might have came up on the track, and that triggered the caution. Let's go back and take a look here. And let's see, now there he is there with the battling with the 66 Dylan Hastings going down the backstretch. Mayberry up on that outside wall, right behind Kyler McCarthy and the 32 Chris Lynn. And same deal. Oh yeah, and he got a little help on the left rear. And at least with the left rear, he got spun. At least he has room to spin. If it was the right rear, it would have spun him right into the wall. But now he's in the grass. Roof flaps deployed there, keep the car from doing the barrel rolls there. And that's what triggered the caution there. He's trying to lock the brakes down, and he comes up on the track. And he's trying to get back off the race. Well, he's still on the racing surface, so he was going slow enough that it did indeed trigger a caution, but basically just a spin there, so he was okay. Ken Baum Jr. leading the field down pit road. So now we'll get a whole lot of action on pit road here. The entire field, everybody's down on pit road. Pick your driver. Everybody's making their way. Oh, no, Michael Zuber overshot his pit box. I think David Smill might have overshot his just slightly as well. There's Kyler McCarthy, tires and fuel. Bill Hale's already on his way. Ken Baum Jr., he's just lighting up the tires as he exits. Salter looks like he'll come out in this. Oh, I think, let's see, Carson Pittman might have got him right at the line there, so he's now in the 2nd position with David Salter 3rd. Lucas Neal just in the 4th position. And let's see, let me grab, let's grab David real quick, because he hasn't been racing for a couple of weeks here. Hey, David, Tony in the booth, you got a copy.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
Hey, man, it's good to see you back on track, man.
Hey, thank you.
Well, I tell you, man, looks like you're ready to race too, man. Almost got the pole there where you started P3, I think it was, and got up there at the front rather quickly.
Yeah, I was about 2/10 off my qualifying time that I practiced earlier today, so I ran a 38.1 in practice, so it is what it is. Temperature's a little bit higher tonight. Cars are on track. All 4 of us are pretty much got cars dialed into where we want them. They're turning beautifully. After this pit stop, we made a small track bar adjustment. We'll see what happens.
10-4. It's you, Robbie Carson. He's on your team too, isn't he, Carson?
Carson and Bill Hales.
And Bill Hales, yeah, because I see Bill. He's getting up there in 7 too. So yeah, I'll go put you back down to the channel, man. Good luck. We'll talk to you later.
All right, Tony.
Yeah, I was noticing a lot of Mopar logos up there at the front, and you see there the 4 there in the 88, and then where's Robbie? Did he? I'm totally overlooking. I see Bill Hales back in the 7th position, and for some reason he's down in 21st position. Not sure what happened. He stopped. He came in and pit once again. So hopefully everything's okay with the car, because he was right up there, running there with the leaders, or getting close to them anyway. And I think maybe, let's see, are the lights out on the pace car? Yes, it is. So we'll be going green this time. It'll be lap 26. So we'll look for the pace car to head down on the pit road. Here we get down low, down off the racing surface. Baum and company are ready to go.
Green, green, green.
We got a green flag, and racing has resumed once again here at Michigan. Baum trying to get a good start there. And then your teammates, Carson Pittman, David Salter, Kevin Click, he's trying to break up that group of drivers. He gets past Lucas Nilgis into that 4th position. Of course, now, like we were talking to David Salter, talking about, he said the car is turning good, and they run open setups in this league. So obviously a lot of collaboration between teammates, and getting a setup that they might not even have the same setup, just working on, they can work on the setup and find a good one, and then work together. If one driver is struggling a little bit, they can try to tweak it a little bit to his liking, and that's one of the beauties of having an open setup to work with. And so far it's working good for Team Mopar Motorsports. Bill Hales, he's still back in that 7th position, trying to get past Jimmy Barr and Lucas Nilgis. Jimmy Barr now in the 6th position. He's right now, okay, now he's 5th. He's back to where he actually started the race. Jimmy, he's another one of our webcam drivers here tonight. I don't know if he's the only one that's using VR, but he's the only one with the webcam that uses VR. So I'm sure that's a cool experience there as he's racing along. Got a lot of company there behind him. Lucas Nilgis in that 6th position. Bill Hales trying to get up there with his teammates as well. Now lap 29 of 120. Meanwhile, up the front there, David Salter has gotten back to the front once again. Teammate Carson Pittman in that 2nd spot. And they're all kind of spread out there right now. Ken Baum Jr., he's in that 3rd spot. Got a couple of car lanes between him and the number 4 there. He can get a bit of a draft, though, so I think that's going to probably help him to stay in touch with these guys. They got those fresh Goodyears on. Everybody pitted on lap 23. Now only 7 laps old. And who knows, he might make his way back up to the front as the tires wear a little bit. It looks like that car is just dancing right on the edge. And, that's really what you have to do to find that performance. Look at the gap between them and Kevin Click. Click is leading the rest of the field in that 4th position. He's got Jimmy Barr hot on his heels. Bill Hales back there. Look at Lucas Nilgis. He's trying to drive under the 8 there. Nick Cannon, he may try to make a move on Bill Hales as well. They come down to the line, the whole gaggle of cars. And Major, you can even see the front pack now starting to separate themselves from the rest of the field. Oh boy, the 66. Don't go down in there. Dylan Loving Dylan Hastings, I'm sorry, it looked like he might have thought for a moment, like, I wonder if there's room for me down in that gap there, and it closed up quickly. Oh, that's a man. He's got squeezed up against the wall there. That was David Smith Jr. on the down on his inside. That almost could have been a caution. He held his line beautifully there, though. Right behind him, Michael Zuber battling hard with Colin McCarthy to hold on to that 11th position. And man, this is a tight pack of cars right here. And the 72 and the 66 and the 21, oh man, the 21, he is right in, they're three wide coming out of the turn. Lucas Nilgis and managed to make it through there. Man, there's a lot of racing. Let's look back up the front. And now it's only the top three up there. They have separated them. Well, Ken Baum, Salter, Pittman, and Ken Baum Jr. And David Salter, he's really starting to pull away. Now, Pittman, he's under a bit of attack here from the number 2 there, Ken Baum Jr. But his car does seem to be working well. Everybody's only stopped once. We did see Robbie Bice pit a second time, and already he's up to the 14th position. Still got a bit of work to do. Man, he's got a lot of traffic to have to fight through, and he just gets past David Smith. And you know, when you got a fast race car, man, and you really want to get through the field as best you can without incurring any damage, and he's trying his best to make his way back up to the front. Now in the 13th position, he drives under the 24 there, Colin McCarthy. There's Matthew Fitz, a 3 machine. Robbie Bice trying to charge his way back up through the field to catch his Mopar Motorsports teammates. Michael Zuber is the next one. And boy, I tell you, that thing almost seems like it's on rails tonight. But you just gotta take your time and pick your way through the field. It is not easy coming through the field. Oh, we got some guys spinning, and that's gonna be a caution. Oh no, I think it was Lucas Nilgis. Oh man, does he have any damage? Not, maybe just a little bit. I mean, man, they were racing so hard. And let's see, so that's the second caution. And I think Lucas was the only one really involved with that. Everybody else looks like they're moving along nicely here. David Salter was enjoying a good lead there. Now the field will be bunched up once again. Let's go back and see what happened with Lucas here. And so he's racing along. Oh yeah, and he got bumped. It was either the 66 or the 17. I mean, they were so close. He almost got into the 53 Bill Hales. And how he did not collect anybody else. There's Robbie. Look at Robbie Bice. And that was, wow, what in the world? I don't know if he, that was interesting. Let's run that again. Let's look at it from Robbie's viewpoint there. And you're going to see they're racing along there. And that's where it goes wrong there in the 21. He barely misses the 17. And he's spinning, and it's like Bice stops him from spinning, sort of, kind of pushing him along there, and then he kind of just slides off, and it's almost like he halted the 21 from doing too many revolutions there, and so it kind of slowed him down in a sense, and it allowed Lucas to get it locked down. And he did not make contact with that inside wall, which is the most important thing. Very little damage that I can see anyway. So, man, kind of a lucky break there for the 21. Second caution of the evening on lap 37 here. A lot of folks down on pit road. Chris Lynn on pit road. Robbie Bice. There's Lucas Nilgis. And does he have some damage? Yeah, his hood did. Yeah, that's where he made the contact with the 21. So you can see the team now starting to knock that right front fender out. So hopefully that's a minimal damage. Looks like he's getting in a big track like this. You do have time to stay on pit road and get things repaired. Let's jump on Tyler Isley. He was almost caught up in that as well. And let's see. Let me see if I can catch Tyler real quick. Is he in here? Let's see if I can find him. And there he is there. And we'll see if we can move him up here with us real quick. I can get my mouse to cooperate. Come on, let's go. Hey, Tyler, Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I tell you, man, that was some close quarter there. That might have been a bit of a close call for you there on that last caution, man. You're lucky you got through there.
Yeah, you know, what goes around comes around. So, I guess it worked out.
It seems like, man, you guys are really, there's a lot of pack racing going on here. Is it really easy to stay in the draft with somebody and just a lot of close quarters battling going on?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way this works. I mean, it's really tight racing. It's a lot of draft dependency, and you got to depend on other people. And so, I mean, I'm not shocked that it's as close as it's been, but yeah, like I said, I mean, I hate it for them, but I didn't get the same break at Pocono, so I'm not really willing to lift in that spot either.
Well, man, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put you back down to your channel, and so good luck, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So Tyler Isley getting ready to, pull those straps tight and get ready to get going once again. David Salter, he's been enjoying some good time at the front there. Him and teammate Carson Pittman running first and second. Kevin Clicker's right there. Now Nick Cannon is up in the mix. Him and the 66 there, Dylan Hastings, and Michael Zuber as well. That's your top six right there. And I think is the pace, let's see, is the lights. Yep, here we go. It'll be lap 39 when they get the green flag. Two Mopar Motorsports drivers on the front row there. And Salter got a little bit better start there than Pittman. He might have spun his tires, I'm not sure. Kevin Click trying to see if he can pounce early before David Salter can get up ahead of steam. Salter's been pretty good on those restarts, and even if he wasn't in the lead, he's there to race. He's got a good race car under him tonight. Oh boy, Kevin Click, he's got Mopar Motorsports drivers front and behind. And there's Carson Pittman trying to make a move on the 35 machine. Nick Cannon, he's got the best seat in the house. He's just watching to see what's going to happen here. Oh boy, up on the outside of the Ford. Getting very close to that right rear bumper. Good grief. Coming off the floor, they're all still there. David Salter once again able to separate himself from the rest of the top four there. They're running second, third, and fourth. And there's Carson Pittman taking a look down on the inside, see if he can get that run on Kevin Click, and looks like he will. So he'll move back into that. He just did get back up in front of the 35. Carson Pittman determined to get back into that P2 position. And boy, look at the pack behind. Look at these guys battling back there. Ken Mom, he's kind of got some breathing room there right now. Matthew Fitz, Dylan Hastings there. There's Stan Mayberry behind the three. Trying to see maybe if he can make something happen here. Colin McCarthy now in the top 10. There's Tyler Isley. He's getting just outside of the top 10 there. A lot of movement going around. We're starting to get a little bit closer to the halfway point. Not quite there just yet. Cannon in that P4 position. Got Michael Zuber right behind him. He's trying to put some pressure there on Kevin Click. Carson Pittman has separated himself from the 35 quite nicely, about 4 or 5 car lengths there. He's getting out there in that clean air, so now he can just go and run his line. He doesn't have to worry about battling with somebody, and that's exactly what's going on with Click. And boy, I'd say Nick Cannon is right on his gearbox. When you're battling with somebody else, it kind of slows you down a little bit, because you guys are searching for lines, and just like these guys are battling right here. And while they're doing that, Pittman, he's trying to make a getaway just a little bit. There's Michael Zuber down on the inside. And, oh yeah, because he's also one of our webcam drivers out here tonight. Riding on board there with Michael Zuber. Now currently in that 6th position. Well, if he's not careful, Dylan Hastings might get a run on him. Looks like the 66 might get by him there. He's definitely down on the inside. Let's see what happens. They go down into turn 1. Action out there. Oh, King Bob Jr. doing a little bit of blinking there. That's not good. Now they're racing down the backstretch. David Salter now over 1 second ahead of Carson Pittman, who's in that 2nd position. And Kevin Click still has his hands full with Nick Cannon battling for that 3rd position. It looks like Cannon for a moment there has it, but is he going to be able to hold on to it as they go down into turn 1? Let's see what happens here. It looks like he will. Comes off of 2, so he's well clear of the 35 now. Trying to set sail for the 4 there, Carson Pittman. So now they're strung out once again a little bit. Ken Baum Jr., he's now right there getting close to Kevin Click. The 66, Dylan Hastings, is right there. Michael Zuber in tow. Colin McCarthy in that 8th spot. Tyler Isley 9th. Stan Mayberry right behind him, rounding out your top 10. There's a race sponsor there, Matthew Fitz, currently running in that 11th position. Matthew, we saw Matthew earlier, and we were talking to him before the race started real quick. So having a good go down the backstretch, one-handed it at Michigan. Oh man, like he's out for a Sunday drive. And your car must be handling pretty good if you can just enjoy a cool beverage as you're racing down the racetrack. Let's see. Let's look a little further back in the field here, and Bill Hales. Now he's the other Mopar driver, and he's right there with his teammate there, Robbie Bice. Bice still in that 13th position. Bill Hales 14th. They got David Smith Jr. In the 15th position, trying to hold on to that position there. He's got Chris Lynn trying to see if he can make a move past him there. I did something with my mouse pad. Oh, here it is. There we go. Trying to get my mouse to cooperate with me. He's keeping a little bit of daylight between him and the 32 Chris Lynn at the moment. Boy, you can see it gives a good view of the good portion of the field there in front of him. Chasing down Bill Hales. Robbie Bice there right in front of him. Boy, David Salter, he just got to the front. The gap was over a second. Now it's about 3/4 of a second. It's still him and Pittman running 1-2. Nick Cannon now, he's just about there. He's battling with Ken Baum now for that 3rd position. Boy, they're coming off of turn 2. Oh, who was that? Was that Carson Pittman? Yeah, that was Pittman went low there for a minute. The car got away from him and he had to gather it up. You saw him shoot across the screen there. Nick Cannon doing everything he can to stay ahead of the number 2. And while Ken Baum Jr. is going down low, you better watch out. Here comes Kevin Click. He is right back in the mix as well. Got the 2 down on the inside. They come off of turn 2. Racing down the back stretch. Hastings, a little bump draft there with Nick Cannon. While those guys are racing up at the front, Carson Pittman now starting to get a little closer to his teammate there, David Salter. Nick Cannon's the one right now that's leading the rest of the top 10. Dylan Hastings having a good run there, battling with Kevin Click for that 4th position, and he's just barely has it. Click has the 5th spot by about a nose there, and there's Hastings trying to fight back. I think he's getting a little drafting help there from Nick Cannon to stay ahead of the 35. Pole sitter there, Ken Baum Jr. In that 6th position. And for the most part, a good portion of the field is relatively close together. There's some gap somewhere, a nice gap there, Michael Zhu between him and Stan Mayberry. And then you see other clusters of cars here. There's Robbie Bice with a teammate there, Bill Hales. And then we have David Smith Jr., Michael Self, now in the 15th position. Good run there from Michael. Chris Lynn, he's trying to stay ahead there of the 67, Brian Pressler. They're followed by the 12, that Jimmy Barr a little bit further back. Lucas Nildress was up at the front, and he just kind of lost the handle on something, and now back in the 19th spot. And it's not exactly like Daytona, but still, you know, right now he's just not. He doesn't seem to have the drive. He's 7 seconds behind Jimmy Barr. It's almost like being at Daytona without any drafting help, and he's just can't seem to do anything now to gain any positions. Got Carl Fitz there. That's actually a battle for position. Him in the 18 car. Carl Fitz running in that 20th position. Rick Swope's a little bit further back, and now he doesn't have he's in the 21st position. He's almost half a lap behind the leader, but he's in no danger. Everybody's actually, I think everybody that's running is still on the lead lap. Yep, Rick Swope, he's 16 seconds behind, but the minute I say that, announcers curse or whatever, but right now, everybody's still on the lead lap, and that's pretty cool there. And up the front, boy, things are getting interesting. Kevin Click making a move for the lead as he starts lap 57. Is he going to get it? Yeah, I don't think so, folks. David Salter is fighting to hold on. Click trying to find a way past the 88. Ken Baum Jr. is trying to come with him there. You know, the two teammates going to work together if they can. Nick Cannon, Dylan Hastings, Kyler McCarthy, they're all right there as well. Three laps away from the halfway point here. And looks like Jaden Bingaman is finally done with the repairs. And he's getting back out on track, so it's good to see him back out. The car is messed up, but still, you know, he'll be the only car that's not on the lead lap, but you never know. It's still, we're only just about halfway there. You know, he could still get a caution or somebody get some damage and maybe even terminal damage. He could still actually pick up a position or two, so you just got to keep going, keep on racing. The battle rages on at the front here. Ken Baum Jr. now trying to get past Dylan Hastings. He just does get past as they're getting ready to head down into turn one, but is he going to be able to beat out the 66? I don't know. Boy, they're door to door as they come off of turn two. He might have the momentum here. I think he might get him. Let's see what happens. Hey, Hastings, he's pretty strong on the inside. McCarthy right there as well. Nick Cannon got shuffled back to the 6th position. Boy, look at Dylan Hastings. It was 3 wide there for a moment. McCarthy went to the high side. Man, some great racing going on here. Kevin Click, he is your leader. David Salter in that 2nd position. And wait a minute, where is Carson Pittman? Got shuffled back. He got shuffled out of that lead. He's now in the 8th position. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but definitely got lost some position somewhere. So now it's Kevin Click's turn. So as they're racing along, we'll go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Full Throttle Next Gen Sim Racing Series here on Rice Motorsports TV.
How are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm talking here. You know who you're talking to? Macho Man! My way to Monday Night Raw.
Terribles, Port Royal Speedway. Got Devin Bourne with us.
Keen Motorsports Shop here with Kyle Keen, sitting here with Sean Keen. We're going to talk a little bit about racing history.
Okay, folks, we're back here just past the halfway point, lap 64 of 120. David Salter spent a lot of time at the front. Now he's battling to get P5. Oh, he is in P5 and trying to get P4 away from Ken Baum Jr. on a pretty good green flag run here at the moment. Let's take a moment and see. Let's see how long this stint has gone on here. And Kevin Click, both him and Dylan Hastings, 41 laps for your race leader, and Hastings in the second position, along with Salter, Mayberry, Pittman, and Cannon, and Fitz. He's also run 41 laps. They've only stopped the one time. Everybody else stopped at least twice, and you can see, the number of stints in between. But boy, some of the guys are really putting in some long laps there, long stints on the tires. Now McCarthy is some different guys up at the front here now. Kevin Click, he's your leader. And got Colin McCarthy in that second position. He's being trailed by the 66 there, Dylan Hastings. Ken Baum Jr., your pole sitter. Ever since he lost the lead at the start of the race, I'm not sure if he's even gotten back up there yet. He's just been fighting to stay in the top 10 and the top 5. David Salter now back up to 5th position. Teammate Carson Pittman's a little ways behind him. He's got Stan Mayberry for company. Mayberry, a lot of pressure from the 8 there. Nick Cannon taking a look down on the inside. I'm making a move on the 48. Pick up that 7th position. Behind them, Matthew Fitz in the 9th spot now. Bill Hales, he rounds out your top 10. Well, I tell you, this race is just raging on here. Only had the 2 cautions so far. One from both from, I would say, contact. One resulting in damage. The other one not as much, just a spin, but in the right direction so as not to make a contact with the wall or anything. Looking back through the field, there's David Smeal Jr., 11th. Tyler Isley right behind him in the 12th position. Boy, he's got Robbie Bice right there, I think, trying to make a move on the 17, trying to pick up that 12th spot as they race down the backstretch. They continue to battle on. Tyler Isley in that 14th spot. Chris Lynn Tyler Isley's in the 13th position. Chris Lynn is in the 14th spot. And let's see, a little further back, Brian Pressler in the 15th. Jimmy Barr behind him in the 17th position. 16th. 17th, Michael Zuber. Michael Self, he's running a pretty clean air in the 18th spot. A little further back, Carl Fitz, Lucas Milgis. They're kind of spread out back here. Brick Swope in the 21st position. And that's everybody. Well, Jaden, that is everybody, including Jaden Bingham in there. He had a little bit of significant damage there. He said that the engine blew. That's a miracle that he got back on the track. I didn't think you could come back from a blown engine. So that's good to see him back on track at the very least there. Meanwhile, up at the front, we're lap 70 of 120. Then Bob Jr. almost 0.4 of a second, 0.34. Colin McCarthy. No surprise to see him up near the front. We see him up there quite a bit. Dylan Hastings having a good run. All these guys are running clean air. Ken Baum Jr. in that 4th spot. Boy, the top 4, they've really spaced themselves out. We got a green flag pit stop here. Robbie Bice making him his 3rd stop of the evening. Now that other caution when he came in for the 2nd time, I don't know, probably wasn't for tires. He might have just been, I don't know if it was damage or fuel or what. But he's coming on down. We'll see if he gets some tires this time. And let's see what happens here. Yep. So it'll be, I'm guessing, a 4-tire stop. Top off that tank. The left side's going on. Let's see what kind of time he gets here. He's down and away 15.2 seconds, and he's on his way. More guys coming in. And there's his teammate, David Salter, making his way down pit road, followed by Matthew Fitz. Battles can be fought both on the track and on pit road as well. And Salter, he hits his marks. Tires and fuel. Fitz, same deal. Left side's already going on. And Salter, he's down and away. 16.4 seconds, 15.3 there for Matthew Fitz. He was able to get to his pit box sooner because he was further down the track. But man, he really closed up the gap there on the 88 on pit exit. So he is right there, trying to. He's close. He's trying to get close enough here to see if maybe he can make something happen. Maybe get a jump on the 88 before he gets up to speed. Going up through the gears. And we have more guys coming down pit road. A lot of green flag pit action here. Got to watch the traffic that's getting ready to pit. So right now he's 20th, but he'll move up the order as some of these guys go down on the pit road. See who else we got there? We got Kevin Click. He's down on pit road, tires and fuel. With the number 35 there. Nick Cannon also, same deal. Stan Mayberry, Michael Zuber right behind him. A lot of action on pit road. There's Kyler McCarthy now coming in. That's going to transfer the lead to Ken Baum Jr. So it's taking him up to this lap 75, but he finally got back to the front. Of course, though, he is going to have to pit. He only stopped 2 times so far back, and the last one was back on lap 36. So obviously we'll have to pit. I'm thinking guys will probably have to pit at least once more. Who knows, maybe even twice more. And he stays out this time. David Smith Jr. right there, not right behind him, 2.8 seconds behind. Tyler Isley right now is in that 3rd position. Now Matthew Fitz, I believe he already pitted. So Isley will have to pit, so they're kind of like in front of some of the guys who just pitted for the second time. Or 3rd time, depending on which driver you look at. He's followed by Christopher Lynn. Brian Pressler now in that 5th position. All these guys last pitted on lap 36. There's your race leader, Ken Baum Jr., coming down on pit road. So he'll relinquish the lead, hand it over to the 72, David Smith Jr. So now it'll be a question of how long will it be before Smil comes in. Like a good portion of the field, he pitted on lap 36, so I guess it depends on what kind of fuel mileage you're getting and whether or not. I think he's getting ready to come down now. He's getting low on the apron. He's coming in. Nope, he's going to stay out another lap. So David Smil, he's going to press on. Lead lap starting lap 78 here. Lucas Neal just now on pit road. He's got Carl Fitz. They were battling a little bit for a position there. Carl's on his way. Lucas Neal just, he's going to get passed by the 18 there. And I mean, he's still on pit road. Doesn't look like he has any damage. And now he's away. Boy, that was a long stop, 28.1 seconds, unless maybe it was just fuel or something. So that just put him down to the 20th position. As a lot of your leaders go by, and there's your race leader, David Smith Jr., crossing the stripe to get down on the pit road here on lap 79. Trying to make it down to his pit box cleanly. And he doesn't overshoot, hits his marks. Tires and fuel for the 72. Let's see what kind of pit stop time he gets here. He's down and away, 14.7 seconds, not bad at all. As he makes his way back out, he doesn't stay in the top 10. It looks like he maybe there's several cars that are going by. He may end up like 16th or 17th here. Right now he's trying to get up to speed. More drivers coming. He's 15th at the moment. Nick Cannon right there behind him. And he moves right up in front of the 8. Too much momentum though, and Cannon goes right on by. So that puts David Smith Jr. into the 16th position, but he's got those fresh tires. So he's ready to go get to work on Nick Cannon. And at the moment, Tyler Isley, right behind them, is your leader. He's followed by Chris Lynn. Robbie Bice is one of the drivers that pitted on lap 71, so he's got those fresh tires. And so Robbie, you can see how Robbie just goes right on by. There's no competing with that right now. They're battling with each other here for the lead, but they're definitely going to have to come in, and so they will cycle down the order. Well, I tell you, this race is humming right along here, folks. Lap 81 of 120. I think Isley's, yep, he's coming down, trying to get rode down. Stay in control and get down through the gears and don't pick up a speeding penalty. He maybe, I think, and Chris Lynn, Brian Pressler, Jimmy Barr will be the last three. Oh, big overshoot there for 17. Tires going on. Right side's on. That'll cost him some pit stop time there. Who was that just went by? I couldn't tell who that was. And that was a 16-second stop flat for Tyler Isley. That was Jaden Bingham when we saw coming down on pit road. Green flag pit stop. I wonder if he's going to stay on pit road. Well, did he get out the car? He might. Oh no, he might have. I wonder if he decided to park it for the evening. He wasn't making any headway. You know, he was still dead last. Let's see, who do we have in the lucky dog position? That would be the 17 there, Tyler Isley. But I tell you, these guys are doing such a great job out there, staying off of each other for the most part. Somebody else coming down in there. Those are the two guys that have been out since lap 36. Brian Pressler, followed by Jimmy Barr. And now only one driver remains, and that is Chris Lynn. How far can he push it? And he may try to go one more lap, and I don't know if he crossed the line. He might have already got a point for leading a lap if they do bonus points for leading a lap. I believe they do. It looks like he's getting ready to come in now. So that will just about complete the cycle there. Colin McCarthy down the backstretch. He will inherit the lead, which means he'll be battling with Kevin Click for that lead. And you can see how it just goes back to the guys that were at the front. It took a while, but we finally cycled through the entire field. All green flag pit stops. Nobody got caught on by a caution or anything, because, you know, that's the danger of the green flag pit stop. If a caution comes out, you're going to get screwed. But everybody made it in and out safely, and we remained green all the way. So they take the lead there, and then Chris Lynn on his way out now, 16.6 second stop there for the 32. So everybody has gone in and changed tires, and they're on their way. Alan McCarthy, he pitted on lap 74. Kevin Click pitted on lap 73. Dylan Hastings, 72. And in fourth, David Salter pitted on lap 71. Right now he's in fourth position, but he's over 2.5 seconds behind your leaders. He can see them up there. Yeah, David Salter having a great race here tonight. I think he was gone like maybe for 2 races, maybe 3. I'm not sure, but I know the last 2. I didn't see him on track. So good run there for the 88 tonight here at Michigan. Kevin Click, he's right. He's the meat in the sandwich there. Dylan Hastings right there in that 3rd position. The laps are starting to wind down, folks. Lap 87 of 120. And these, you know what? These guys might, you know, we've seen guys turn 41 laps. I think there might be one more pit stop that they'll have to do just for a splash of fuel. But we'll see what happens here if this goes green. Dylan Hastings getting a little racy there. Kevin Click in the 3rd position now. Colin McCarthy, and boy, look at Hastings. They're battling down the backstretch. Man, he is ready to go to the front. It's McCarthy, Hastings, and Click. Brake swope down on pit road. So Colin McCarthy, he will be in the lead there as we start lap 89. Brake swope, oh, a big overshoot there for the 57. No damage or anything. Not sure when the last time he came in, because once he goes on pit road, you can't see the last time he pitted. Tires and fuel, 15.4 seconds. He's on his way. The leaders are on the backstretch there. I'm not sure. I don't think he wasn't on the lead lap, but he may or may not be able to get up to speed before they catch him. He's got those fresh Goodyears now that may help him to stay ahead of the of your race leaders. But there's Colin McCarthy. Brake swope is 5 seconds down the road, pretty much going into turn 3 down there. You see the little dot down at the end of the track. But that gap is still coming down, and I think McCarthy is just turning quicker lap times. It's starting to slow down though. It was coming down rather quickly. It's still at 4 seconds, and it's slowly coming down. Even if you're a slower driver and doesn't turn as quick lap times, you know, new tires versus old tires, the leader probably is going to catch you, but it's going to take him a little bit longer. Just simply from the fact of having to deal with those older Goodyears, and plus having to deal with guys right on your heel like Kevin Click and Dylan Hastings are there. This race is less than 30 laps from the checkered flags here, folks. The guys are on a really good pace here. McCarthy, Click, Hastings. Carson Pittman is quite a ways back in that 4th position. So now he's the leading driver for Mopar Motorsports. Teammate David Salter is in that 5th position. Followed by your pole sitter, Ken Baum Jr. in the 6th spot. Stan Mayberry, nice up in the top 10 there, running P7 at the moment. David Smeal Jr. 8th. Nick Cannon's in the 9th spot. And Michael Zuber rounding out your top 10. Now he's got Bill Hales behind him, but he's like 2.3 seconds behind, so there's no pressure there. Tyler Isley in the 12th position. And Matthew Fitz. You can see how the field now is getting quite spread out here. A little further back, Jimmy Barr This is getting to be a marathon now. These guys are just trucking right along here. There's Michael Self and Lucas Nilgis in the 18th position. Carl Fitz is a little bit further back. And then Robbie Bice in the 20th spot. His race kind of went, I don't know, ever since he took that second pit stop from the, I want to say, I don't know if it was the first caution or the second caution, but he came in that second time and lost all that position, and he has just not been able to get it back. And don't know, the car doesn't seem to be having a problem. Unless he does have some kind of engine damage or something. Don't know what it is, but he just lost his mojo there for the evening. Back up closer to the front there, Ken Baum Jr., followed by David Salter. McCarthy, the gap is pretty close now. Kevin Click, these guys, they're still sticking together. McCarthy, Click, and Hastings. And now it's 26 laps to go. Make that 25 as they cross the stripe. So will these guys, will they be able to stay in there? Until the end of the race. This will be interesting. And McCarthy, he last pitted on 74. Kevin Click, he pitted on lap 73. And then Dylan Hastings pitted on lap 72, along with Carson Pittman, who's in fourth position, but he's like 3.5 seconds back. And then this is an interesting trio. We've seen Colin McCarthy and Kevin Click plenty of times up at the front within the top 5 battling for the lead. We don't usually see Dylan Hastings. Haven't seen him up there too much. And right now, he's got a podium spot if he can hold on, trying to hang on to the top 2 leaders there. And from what I can see, doing a pretty good job of it. The car seems pretty stable through the turn. Sometimes you see some drivers, you see them get a little wiggle going on there. And oh, did he just touch the wall? But the gap behind him is still almost 4 seconds between him and Ken Baum Jr. So it's kind of one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of situation. He's got good pace here at the moment. He just needs to just stay right with what he's doing there. They cross the stripe. Now it's 22 laps remaining. Let's look a little further back in the field. And because everybody's kind of spread out. We had to go back to almost 11th position. Tyler Isley is in the 11th spot. And even he doesn't have anybody that close to him. The track map's a little deceiving. You see 11th, 12th, and 13th. But you can see there's where Tyler Isley is right there. And then what is going on with my mouse? My mouse is acting up tonight. Brian Pressler is a good little distance. It's he's almost a full second behind Tyler Isley. Bill Hales is almost a second and a half behind Brian Pressler. So the track map's a little misleading. They are definitely spread out a bit more than what it shows there. Stan Mayberry having a good consistent run. You know, we see Stan have a lot of good consistent runs out there. He can and will make it into the top 10. It can, and boy, I tell you, we have seen him up at the front, and right now he's running in that 9th spot. So at the moment, it doesn't look like he'll be able to get up the front and challenge. But boy, I tell you, we have seen him 2nd place, 3rd place. And how many times have we seen him on a restart just trying to get a run on somebody, not quite able to get there. And David Salter running right there with his teammate, Carson Pitton, who's right ahead of him. They look like they're just about identical cars there, paint scheme wise. Sort of like the Formula One thing there, you know, got identical paint schemes just about from the looks of it anyway. Challenging his teammate there for that fifth spot. Looks like he'll go ahead and take it there. And hats off to Dave. I know he's happy to be having a good run here tonight, man. It's always, you've been out on a break or maybe because of work or whatever, you know, and it's good to be able to come back and really hit the ground running. And this is a good example, almost perfect example of coming back and hitting the ground running. I mean, he's on fire here tonight, and very good run there for the 88 there. Ken Baum Jr. trying to, you know, he led briefly after all the green flag pit stops, but things have cycled around once again, and you know, he's in that fourth spot. He's a little ways back though. He's 4.5 seconds back from your leaders. You look on the track map. Where are the leaders? They're just about to enter turn 3, and now he's about to get close to turn 3, so he's a couple of turns behind them. He doesn't have anybody in sight. It's kind of a lonely feeling when you're out there. It's not a plate track, restricted plate track, but still, you know, a track like this is fast enough where drafting does come into play. If you don't have a dance partner, you're kind of just hung out to dry in a sense. So there's obviously not a lot that he can do, and I think that explains why a lot of these cars, why they're just sitting there in their own nice big pocket, because they don't have any, they're not close enough to draft off of each other and try to move forward a little bit. And that explains why these three here have been relatively close the whole time, because they've been able to turn the same or similar laps and pretty much stay in that draft. Dylan Hastings, he's pedaling pretty hard to try to stay in that draft. Not too bad though. He's only he's not even 2/10 behind Kevin Klink there. So yeah, he's I don't think he's done here tonight, folks. He is just pedaling right along. Sometimes you see the top two kind of break away from whoever's behind them, and but Dylan Hastings, he is just hung right in there, not going anywhere. Kevin Klink in that second position, and I think that's Michael Self, the 52 car, the light blue car there, lap car. They're going to try to make their way past him. And sometimes that's where it can get a little dicey when you start hitting that lap traffic, and you got to be able to get by very quickly. Hastings, he's going to catch him going down to turn 3. And so he's going to have to plan his move as well. And of course, you know, Michael Self there, all he can do is try to stay out of the way. And so he clears him. So, and now he's actually in the second position. He might have got a little draft off of the 52, and that helped him to catapult him into the second position. There are 14 laps remaining. Kevin Klink on that high side. He's not ready to give up that position though. They come off of turn 2. He's going to race back on the outside and regain that second position. I think these guys are just getting ready to warm up for the, you know, they're kind of, you know how sometimes you just try to save a little something, you know, and then when they get down to those last 1 or 2 laps, it's time to put it all on the table. I think these guys are maybe biding their time, trying to save as much life in those tires for one last shot at it. Now Hastings, he has dropped back a bit this time, 0.2 seconds. But I don't think that's far enough back to lose the draft, really. Yeah, he may be holding something in reserve, and or he may be giving it all he's got. And, you know, can't wait to see. Oh, it looked like Kevin Click there fighting to keep it off that wall. Man, that was close there. They're 1, 2, 3 going down the backstretch. Right now, Colin McCarthy seems to be doing pretty good keeping that 24 car in the front. And just as I say that, here comes Kevin Click. They better be careful because Dylan Hastings, he's there to pick up the pieces if something goes wrong. Kevin Click going way low, trying to get the lead. Couldn't quite get it, 11 laps to go. McCarthy fighting him off. Here comes Dylan Hastings moving into position here. They got a lap car, I think. Oh, and they touch! And they get out of it. Hastings has to get out of it, and they all save it. Oh, my goodness. Everybody's hearts were in their throat there for a moment, and that broke up the whole field. Well, not the whole trio. Oh, man, I think Dylan Hastings might have lost out the most because boy, the gap now is 0.4 of a second, and will he be able to recover enough to get back up there and try to get close to the guys? I think he's got to run. The gap's coming down again, less than 0.2 of a second. Dylan Hastings smelling blood in the water. He is a fighter. He is not ready to give this thing up yet. McCarthy, 10 laps to go, and they're battling. Ken Baum Jr., he's not close enough yet, but he's the gap now is just over a second between him and Hastings. David Smil, he's quite a ways back. All these guys are they're all pretty much spread out, so not a whole lot going on back here. So we're gonna jump up here with the top 3 and just keep an eye on what's going on at the top here. 9 laps remaining. Colin McCarthy, and that's Matthew Fitz, so he's gonna have to race past the number 3. Boy, that was quick. Kevin Click goes by Dylan Hastings. They all blast right on past the 3, and a little love tap there to the 35. I think he was trying to hurry up and get past Matthew Fitz. He came in here with a full head of steam. Good grief. Oh, man, they're so close together. He's door to door with the 35. Kevin Click going down to turn 1. Now, they can't battle too much because Colin McCarthy will get away from them. He's got that second position. He is definitely clear of the 35, but Click is still in draft mode. He's still close enough to get the draft going here as he tries to run the 66 back down. And while those two are battling, Colin McCarthy is going to just quietly try to just inch away from these guys. Man, the gap is already almost 3/4 of a second as Dylan Hastings at the moment has an excellent shot at a podium as long as they keep it on track. They got to get to that checkered flag. He still has time. Both of them still have time to catch the number 24. McCarthy, he's got the freshest tires. Remember, I was saying he pitted on lap 74. That would be Colin McCarthy, and Kevin Click pitted a lap later, or a lap sooner, and then Hastings pitted a lap before that. So McCarthy's actually in the best shape tire life wise, and that may explain why he's out there. Boy, that gap is over a second now. And boy, look, here comes Ken Baum Jr. He is storming back up towards the front. Your pole sitter, he's going to try to see if he can at least get up there and get a podium position, closing in on the 66 of Hastings as they race down the backstretch. 6 laps to go. For these guys, both the 66 and the 35, they have been battling their hearts out, but they may have been just wearing out those good years as well. Ken Baum Jr. possibly holding something in reserve, takes a podium position for the moment anyway, away from the 66. Hastings trying to fight back on the high side. Ken Baum Jr., he's gonna consolidate that third position as they race down the backstretch. Now only 5 laps remaining. Hastings is still there. And Molly, I think he's already got his sights set on the 35 there, Kevin Click. Gap now almost 1.3 seconds between them and the leader, Kyler McCarthy. Now 4 laps remaining. Ken Baum Jr., he may not be able to get McCarthy, but he has a shot to get Kevin Click. They come off of turn 2. And boy, look at Hastings trying to get the draft on the 35, trying to stay in the hunt. Ken Baum Jr., he gets past the 35, so I'll move him into the second position. 4 laps remaining, make it 3 as your leader crosses the stripe. Then they've got a lap car between them. That's Bill Hales, and there's second position, Ken Baum Jr. Kevin Click in the 3rd spot. Dylan Hastings definitely trying to get up there, see if he can get a podium position tonight for the 66. I don't even know if I've even seen Hastings get a podium this season yet. We got somebody on pit road. That's Robbie Bice. Kyler McCarthy coming around. When he crosses the line this time, it'll be the penultimate lap, 2 to go. And right now the gap is 1.2 seconds. So 2 more laps for the 24 machine. Ken Baum Jr. in that 2nd spot. Hastings right there. Right now he's able to keep Kevin Click at bay. And you would think the fuel situation is even working against those guys too. Can they get to the end? We see a couple of more folks coming down on pit road. This is not over yet, folks. These guys could be running on fumes. Coming off of turn 4, Kyler McCarthy, he's coming down. He'll be coming to the white flag, which is now in the air. Final lap, Ken Baum Jr., he crosses in 2nd. Dylan Hastings, he's got that 3rd position at the moment. And that was the 88 of David Salter. So Hastings trying to hold on for that podium position. Kevin Click, they're battling for it right there. Click gets ahead of the 66. I hope that he's not out of fuel, I hope. All of a sudden, he's just really off the pace. But coming out of turn 4, he is going to hold on. He is going to take the checkered flag. Your winner here tonight, Kyler McCarthy. Ken Baum Jr. comes into 2nd place. Kevin Click are on the podium. Hastings, he made it across the line, but I think he might have been running out of fuel because it seemed like all of a sudden they just lost the juice. But congratulations to Kyler McCarthy, your race winner here tonight at Michigan. And he may be running out of fuel. I think these guys pushed it to the absolute limit. And he's rolling around. And let's look. He doesn't seem to be generating any RPMs hardly. I think these guys literally ran it dry. They ran those tanks dry. And man, he does have a little bit left for a burnout. Okay. Ken Baum Jr., he makes it down to pit road. Kevin Click in his pit box. And congratulations to Kyler McCarthy. And let's go ahead and get the guys up. Let's see. We got to get him and Ken Baum and Kevin Click. Let's find everybody. There's Ken Baum Jr. We'll move him up. Got him there, and there's Kevin Click, and move him up. And we got to find Kyler McCarthy. He's a little further down here. There he is right there. So we'll go ahead and move him up to, and he blew it up. Hey, might as well blow it up now. You know, the race is over, you're good to go. And so we'll hop on down there with them and make our way on down to the interview queue. Okay, folks, we're down here with your top three: Kyler McCarthy, Ken Baum Jr., and Kevin Click. Hey, Kyler, you got a copy.
Loud and clear, buddy.
Man, I tell you, oh, your car is kind of facing the wrong way, but that's okay. We'll we can fix that. Well, man, congratulations, man. I tell you, was the fuel situation, was it getting a little iffy there at the end?
Oh, it was. It definitely was. We crossed the line with 1.5 laps fuel left, about 0.7
Wow.
gallons. So we were definitely saving our butts off there when we came out. I knew when we came out in front of Click and Dylan and them that we were in a good spot. We could kind of save and control because I knew they were just as tight of a spot as we were. So, man, 3 wins this season. Golly, man, I don't even know where.
Man, that is awesome, man. Congratulations. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, everybody at Nitro Racing, Nitro Setup Shops, Russ, Patrick, Aaron, Gross Designs, all my teammates, Isley, Jaden, man, oh man, my wife, and everybody for running me clean. It was a hell of a battle there off of 2 with old Click. I don't know how we all saved it, but we all kept it going. And
that was, yeah, good grief. Because I saw where Hastings was back there. Said, okay, if something goes wrong, he's going to be there to pick up the piece. And next thing you know, all you guys are together. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it was.
Man, that was crazy.
It was definitely something, man. It was. I know my butthole was puckering. I can imagine. Theirs too. So, because we about all 3 of us lost it and threw it away. So.
Man, that was something, boy. Some hard racing, man. But congratulations again, man. And so go celebrate, and we'll see you next week.
Will do, man. Appreciate y'all.
10-4, man. Hey, Ken, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Man, I tell you, man, you got the pole, and man, I tell you, you got back in the field and took you all race. I think all those green flag pit stops cycled around, and you got up to the front, and then you lost the lead again, and it took so long for you to try to get back to the front, man. You was really working hard out there tonight, man. Congratulations on that P2 finish.
Thank you. I'm just not a big fan of this track and how you have to drive it, so I'm just happy to have it over. I'm thankful for second place, I guess.
Does that track, does it seem like you guys were just on a knife edge? The car is almost at the verge of spinning out or something?
Not my car, but some of them, yeah. I like smaller tracks where you aren't on the throttle as much.
10-4, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Turn 2 Terribles, the podcast, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, all my teammates. We work really hard to get where we are. My girlfriend, my little baby girl, for tuning in every race and supporting me.
Absolutely, man. That is great. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Hey, Kevin, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Tony.
Man, I tell you, you was battling right down to the end, man. You got to give it to Dylan Hastings, man. He put up a good fight. I saw him drop off, and did you hear him say anything? Did he run out of fuel or something? Or because he was battling you right to the end there.
Yeah, on the backstretch, I heard his engine stutter a little bit, and I knew that was pretty much a telltale sign of running out of fuel. You want to talk about a strategy race? This was it, because you had to play that last pit stop just right. I'm glad the caution didn't come out to kind of ruin it, even though it probably would have helped me at the end there.
Right.
When Kyler got out in front of me, I was half throttled down the straightaways just trying to save. And I was just kind of had a target in my mind if I got to about 15 left, and I was going to try to really push and see if I could get around. And that's what I tried to do. And I tried to use the lap car to kind of to my advantage, and tried to run a spot of the track that probably shouldn't have there, and got really loose underneath Kyler, came up and nailed him, and I'm just happy that he was able to keep it going, and I was able to keep it going. Dylan threw it back up inside of us there, so got pretty exciting there for a little bit, but Kyler drove off and left us in the dust. Congrats to Ken for driving through the pack like that. They made a good call early in the race to go in and top off on that one caution that we had. That really helped them out. So, or the second caution, I'm sorry, that we had, they went in and topped off, and that really helped them out as far as fuel mileage goes. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Looking forward to I don't even know what track we're at next week. Indianapolis Oval, I believe. Yeah, we're running the Oval. Yeah. So I wish it was the road. I wish it was the road course, but you know, it is what it is. I'll run the Oval there too and have fun. So No, it's a blast racing with these guys. Like I said, I certainly didn't mean to get into Kyler, but it happened, and I apologize for that. And I think he knows that as well. So.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again, man. Go celebrate and, man, go take a break because you only had 2 cautions tonight. That was like a marathon, man. So you guys go rest up now, and we'll see you next week.
I prefer that to the 8 cautions that we could have. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you later, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, son.
Good night. Okay, folks. Boy, I tell you that will do it there. And man, what a great race that was there tonight. And a lot of action right to the very end. And let's go ahead and bring up the race results here. And we have Kyler McCarthy, your winner. Ken Baum Jr. Second. Kevin Click third. Dylan Hastings. The fuel went up. The fuel went up in smoke, but he still managed to cross the line in 4th. David Smil Jr.'s 5th. Nick Cannon 6th. Jimmy Barr 7th. Tyler Heisley 8th. Stan Maber in 9th. And Michael Zuber rounded out the top 10. And I'll scroll down so you can see where your favorite driver ended up in the race. And I'm going to have to check the battery on my mouse or something. Something's acting weird. But that'll be it tonight. And so next week, hey, you're right. Like we said, we're going to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And I mean, for race number 24. So you're definitely going to want to be here for that. So for all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.